I remember telling people about the fact that I was going to this university. And the first comment that was made was, "Oh, are you going on a basketball scholarship?" And it was kind of like, no, actually, I'm not. I'm actually going on an academic scholarship. It was moments like that in my life that have always stayed with me.
I know specifically when I told people I was going to work for Lurie Children's, they were like, really? I didn't think they hired Black people.
On my very first week when I started at Lurie Children's, I was going to a meeting to meet with someone, and they mistakenly thought that I was a window washer. And that to me was like, oh, okay, there's some work to be done here.
There was a comment of, I didn't know you were Jewish. And that goes to the idea that you don't know what's happening inside somebody. You don't know many things about them just by looking at them.
This is a really heteronormative organization. I run around in bright pink scrubs and I have a unicorn badge, I get funny looks constantly.
I am what a doctor looks like, and I want people to understand that we have different experiences in this hospital. I mean, I did have someone ask me to empty a garbage can when I was coming in there to talk to them about their child.
These are things that when I go to sleep at night, they keep me up. And I'm constantly asking myself, what are you doing to move the needle? What are you doing to affect change?
We know that everyone that works here wants to do the best for their patients, but we also know that everyone has bias. And if we're not aware of it, it can affect the way we talk to our patients, treat our patients, make decisions unconsciously.
Everybody has bias.
I have bias. We all have bias. We are human beings.
Hearing that we were going to allow staff to come and be trained as facilitators, I couldn't write that email back soon enough to apply. The Bias and Inclusion Ambassador Program is an opportunity for us to be able to bring groups together, to be able to start some difficult conversations about diversity and inclusion.
Our role as an ambassador is simply to facilitate conversation so that employees can not only grow individually, but learn and share life experiences with their colleagues.
So whether that be race, whether that be gender, whether that be religion,
there's just no way that you spend 3 hours talking about the subjects that we're going to talk about and not walk out of there different, and also not walk out of there connected with each other in some way.
When you recognize the bias, you can do things to help counter it.
In the past, there are definitely times where you hope for change and you want change, but then you're not always willing to kind of push for it. This is one of those moments where I don't want things to just be the way that they've always been.
I'm actually excited to see what the future holds.
People have been complacent because it doesn't directly affect them maybe for a long time, but that's not okay anymore. Just silence is not okay.
And I really do think that it is a way for Lurie Children's to show that they're not just about words, but they're about action.
Not only talk the talk, but walk the walk.
It's not just a checkbox. This is going to bring about real change.
Lurie Children stands with those of us who are at risk of being marginalized, at risk of being left out. And that's huge. As a woman of color, as an African American, that's huge. It's almost like the ceiling has just been blown off of the roof, and like there's no limit to how far and how high we can go.
And so I hope that our patients find comfort in knowing that their child, it really is all for their one, and we're taking everything into account, including bias.
We are about all, and we are about coming together and providing our best for everyone who walks in the door. We have to make sure that every employee that walks into that building also feels included, also feels represented, also feels respected, and also feels like they should be there. So this is definitely our mission.